What's up, people? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, Spaceship Oasis the Incredible, with another edition of In This Corner, the Raw recap for August 26th, 2024. Let me just say this first. A few things I need to get off the brain, right? Rest in peace to Psycho Sid. It's sad. But he lived a good life. He had the horrible foot injury or leg injury back in, I think, 2000, 2002, 2001. It was one of them years, right? Disgusting. People had their thoughts on Sid. Sid was always one of my favorite. He was believable. And I love wrestlers who were believable. You thought Sid was crazy. You thought Sid was going to hurt someone. And Sid gave me what I needed in wrestling. Sad day, yeah. Horrible day. But I don't mind that when someone passed, they live their life like their life. They went to a better place than we at right now. Right? That's my thing. I really think that. So I'm going to go back and watch some Sid matches this week. I loved him when he was in the Skyscrapers. I loved him when he was in the Four Horsemen. I loved him when he went to WWE. I loved him when he went back. He had the epic promo when he said, Kevin Nash, he only had half the brain that Kevin Nash does. And so, rest in life, Sid, Howdy, Psycho Sid. We miss you. What's up, Original Soul? And I saw AEW yesterday, right? This is not really an AEW kind of place here. I don't really talk about a lot of AEW. I don't even talk about a lot of SmackDown, because SmackDown, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit tonight. But All In was an amazing pay-per-view yesterday. I was very proud to be a wrestling fan. I was very proud to take time out my day while I was doing my schoolwork. I pretty much did schoolwork and watched All In because it was from Wembley. So it came on about, what time did it come on? Maybe 11 or 12 in the morning, or 11 in the morning, 12 in the afternoon, 11 a.m. And so I watched it. It was a long show, but it was a good show. The black wrestling community is mad because Swerve lost. I never looked at Swerve as a super big champion. I think he wrestled a good match. I think it was a great match with him and Daniel Bryan. But it's Daniel Bryan, y'all. Like, I did not think he was going to retire. I did not think he was going to lose. I think Swerve can always get the title back. But if Daniel would have lost, he would have never wrestled again. And I just don't believe Daniel wants to be that type of person where he says, I'll never wrestle again, and end up coming back to wrestle. So this gives him an opportunity to win, lose, and retire without that stipulation, right? And I think that's needed more than anything. I love that match. My favorite match is that Toni Storm Mariah May match was ridiculous. Oh, it was amazing. I think that was a great match. The Casino Gauntlet match was dope. Ricochet finally debuted. It was a good match. And the Will Ospreay and MJF. I think I was watching Denise Salcedo and Righteous Reg yesterday, and I think those were their 4 best matches. And I have to agree with that. I think those were my 4 best matches. Jack Perry and Darby Allin was pretty good, but I want to see that match again because I think I missed a lot of that. Sometime when I'm watching wrestling, I love wrestling. I'm a big wrestling fan, but sometimes wrestling is just too long, and I be having shit to do. I am not a full-time wrestling journalist, right? I am not a full-time wrestling journalist, so I be having shit to do. So sometimes I miss a lot of shit. Tonight, and you know, I was thinking earlier while I was watching Raw and breaking it down and writing this stuff down really lets me know how many fucking promos it had and why people think it's boring sometimes, right? Because it's like, once again, I'm watching Raw. I want to see wrestling. And Raw, while it's the better show than SmackDown, it is so promo heavy. It is so promo heavy. And I'm like, get to the matches. And tonight, and even last week, the ball doesn't get rolling until after that 8 o'clock. That first hour, that 7 to 8, is more promo segments, build up, talking about what it's going to be. Then once you get in both nights, last week and this week, after the Drew and Punk segment, that's when they started saying, oh, we can wrestle now. Oh, let's have our matches. I would love for Raw to start like that. And lessen some of, I mean, and you know, on one hand, you're like, they're getting everybody on the show because you're getting interviews or segments or promos from everybody, right? But on the other hand, it's like, I want to see more wrestling. I want to see more build. I also thought, because if we paid attention, this was a go-home show. And a lot of people are like, they only have 5 matches on the pay-per-views or whatever. I like that. I had to think about it, right? Because, and this is why. The go-home shows usually are very boring. The go-home shows usually have all these wrestlers who's wrestling and they don't want them to get hurt, right? Before the pay-per-view or the PLE. Now, because you only have a certain amount of matches, you have more wrestlers. You have more wrestlers that can wrestle on the go-home show, which makes them feel like big Raws or big SmackDowns. It makes them feel better. Right? So let's start. They was from Providence, Rhode Island tonight for Raw. And Corey Graves was commentating, color analyst for Michael Cole. And they mentioned that they're going to SmackDown when it comes on the 13th of September to USA. So I'm wondering if Cole and Graves is going to be on USA and Wade Barrett and whoever the guy from ESPN is going to be on Raw on Netflix. I'm still trying to understand how the fuck they're going to do Netflix. I need somebody Netflix account because I ain't got Netflix. So I'm going to need somebody Netflix to watch Raw. But I mentioned Raw feels more important. The way that the wrestlers come out, and what I love about Raw, all of their wrestlers are infused and they're intertwining and they're intermingling. It seems like everybody has their own pocket or island on SmackDown. On Raw, you see so many people and so many wrestlers interacting with each other, and it just feels like, you know, it feels like a wrestling organization. SmackDown feels like more boxing, right? I don't like him. I don't like him. We stay away from each other, whatever. But WWE on Raw, or Raw, feels more like it's a wrestling show. It makes me feel like I don't know what I'm going to see. I can predict what I'm going to see on SmackDown. So you got the Judgment Day come out. They recapped last week. Liv had the giggles. I'm like, Liv, why you got the giggles? I don't know if that goes with Judgment Day, but it's a little crazy laugh, so it works. They all had little promos. Finn had a little promo. Carlito had a little promo. JD had a little promo. Liv, and then Dom got the mic. And Dom still has more heat. I wonder who has more heat, Dom or Solo? Dom is still the biggest heel in WWE. That's crazy. For anybody who don't like Dominic Mysterio, he has the most heat in WWE for my money. He has grown by leaps and bounds. I watched the SummerSlam when he fought Seth Rollins a couple weeks ago, maybe about a week, right? And where he is now is amazing. So, you know, him and Liv are getting ready for Bash at the Berlin, the big tag match. And here comes the LWO. Why are they still called the LWO? They're not doing shit. I think Joaquin Wilde or Cruz del Toro was hurt. So to see all four of them back, Dragon Lee back, Ray's up there, it was good. It was cool. Dom says that he's going to enter the Intercontinental Tournament, which at first I thought he was going to win, right? I'm like, oh, that'll be interesting. But I don't think Dom's going to win at all. And so then you have the LWO versus Judgment Day. What up, Rippo? What up, Rip? So you had an 8-man tag team match. And I know, and I'm gonna make some comparisons. We crash on AEW for the Young Bucks not defending their titles. But when was the last time Finn Balor and JD McDonough defended their titles? I forgot until the Miz did his interview today that Judgment Day beat the Awesome Truth. I forgot. Them tag team titles ain't meant shit on Raw, right? So you had the LWO on Judgment Day. You had the Dragon Lee had a plancha right before the match. So, they're trying to, I just don't know what they're doing with them. I just don't know where's the push. If you're trying to move Dragon Lee to a place, or you're trying to get the tag team in a place, and maybe Ray don't want to wrestle that much, but Ray should be doing something more prominent to build these guys up, because I think they are incredible wrestlers. Carlito in this match, I realized how much bigger Carlito is from anybody else. He is huge compared to anybody in the Judgment Day or the LWO. And then I'm like, so back then in the wrestlers was big. These wrestlers now, and I get it, it's a change in the times, right? But these cats ain't that big. That's why a Braun Breaker, who is 250, 260, looks so huge, right? Because you got these 190-pound wrestlers. So now if you get somebody 250, 260, they look ginormous. You got a Bronson Reed or Braun Strowman or Omos, they look gargantuan compared to these wrestlers, right? Joaquin Wilde hit the dive from the ropes. Let me get my air, man. Turn my air on. He did his dive from the ropes. What up, Toby? And I thought he was at the hot tag, and I was like, ooh, that's lukewarm. But business picked up once Ray got that hot tag and he was in the ring with Dom. And I love, did y'all see the little Chris, they did the LWO, and all of them hit the ropes and ran out, jumped out the ring. I like that. That's when it was really like, ooh, they had what else they had? They had the dive. I was wondering, like, why is Liv, you notice Liv was standing by the LWO at one time. That was weird to me. But I'm not a Liv fan, so I think that's part of her inexperience. Like, you got to know where you're supposed to be. You shouldn't be way over there by them. Talk about, come on, Dom, man. I'd have kicked her in her face, man. You had a sunset flip power bomb. Joaquin Wilde. I don't know what that noise was. Joaquin Wilde messed up. He looked a little hurt. But then Dom beats Ray again. Liv helps Dom beat Ray again. Like, whoa. Right? I understand. Good heat. I don't know if they needed Dom to beat Ray, but I do think it's still building up for another match at WrestleMania. Why? I don't know. Mask versus hair? Maybe. And that might be why Dom is growing all this hair, so that he can lose it. Because I don't think they're going to make Rey Mysterio lose his mask unless he's retiring. Right? I don't. And I truly believe within the next 2 years, Dominic Mysterio will be one of the biggest faces in WWE. I believe that. I believe Dominic Mysterio will be one of the biggest faces in the WWE in the next few years. Maybe 2, maybe 3. Okay? Then, of course, you had the beat down at the end, and I was just like, where are they at? Where they at? Here they come. And they came out the Rhea's music, and then Damian Priest had on the Rhea shirt. And Rhea clothesline, they beat him up. She clothesline McDonough. She was trying to get the rip. I think she got the rip tie. He got the South of Heaven on Carlito. And Finn, Liv, and Dom was on the outside. And Finn was standing in front of them looking. And at that moment, I said, Dom and Liv is going to win. And Balor is going to cost Priest. don't think the feud is really with Dom and Priest. I don't think. Oh yeah, definitely. Javon, he gonna be cold. I don't think the feud is with Dom. I don't think that's gonna be Bad Blood. I think Bad Blood is gonna be Balor versus Priest, or that's the match they have to build for. And that's why Finn was in the front, and JD and Carlito could take the finishers, and you got Dom. Dom's a surrogate right now. Because if we really think about it, who's the one? And I know Dom was part of it, but who's the one who really screwed over Priest? That's Finn. That's what we got to get his hands on. That's what we got to get his hands on. So my prediction right now, my early prediction is that Liv and Dom beat Rhea and Priest. I think that Rhea and Priest are over. They're going to stay over. Shenanigans are going to piss the people off like it needs to. Liv needs a big win. Dom needs a big win. I was even thinking during this match, when was the last time that Judgment Day had a big win? Besides Liv beating Rhea, but she wasn't even part of Judgment Day then. Or that's how she got into Judgment Day. And they might still. Who knows what's going to happen after WrestleMania? Who knows what happens by next SummerSlam? This can culminate in a 3-year. Last year, Priest cost Finn. This year, Finn cost Priest. Next year, they finally. That's the thing about Triple H. These feuds can go on for a couple years. Cody Rhodes went on for 2 years. And it's still damn near going on in the background because he's going to fight The Rock at WrestleMania. He's been dealing with the bloodline for 3 years. He might not. But one thing I do know, when we get older, we get bigger. Look at Randy Orton. We got the announcement of Jay, Kofi, and Karrion Kross, and Woods, Miz, and Pete Dunne for the IC title. Miz comes out. He wasn't crushed. He didn't die. Bronson Reed said he coming for him, though. Bronson Reed coming for him. It's so amazing, and I'm going to talk about this later. It's so amazing how they've done with Bronson Reed in about a month, less than a month, that they didn't do or couldn't do with Karrion Kross. I know people when they was in Perth, right? They wanted Bronson Reed to be on the match, and I think something was happening with his wife or whatever. Excuse my eye, y'all. I shouldn't be rubbing it, but it be hurting. But I was like, they gonna have something for Bronson, and they finally connected with Bronson, and I like this. Somebody sent me a match because I was like, oh, I want to see Bronson versus Jacob Fatu, and somebody sent me an HOG match, House of Glory, them back in 2022. So I'm gonna watch that a little later on tonight, probably while I'm in the bed. Damage Control is gonna fight Pure Fusion again. The New Day interview. I said, were they fighting a 4-way? I was wondering if, at this time I was like, oh, they both in triple threat matches. Would that be interesting if they fought in the 4-way? But neither one of them made it, and we'll talk about that a little later. But Woods is really emotional. Woods is real, like Woods. And I was thinking about this, like Xavier Woods, when y'all fought with the New Day, when it was you, him, and Big E, did you care who he tagged? Why you care now, bro? I won. You find some reason to be upset at this point. You hollered at him, you felt some type of way. I got that, Zay. I got that. But you hollered at Kofi, and Kofi hollered at you. You went to the ring, y'all won the match, you shook his hand, hug, everything. The next week he come up, holler at you. But you feeling some type of way, like you ain't tagged me in. Stop crying, G. If you don't like the nigga no more, then don't like him. But don't be out here just trying to find a reason. You sound like a little woman. You sound like a woman. on, Woods. What you doing? What you doing? Pure Fusion Collective had new music, it seemed to me. That little interview about what they've been doing. I think they may be the ones to take the titles off Bianca and Jade. Yeah, I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win this week. But I think Pure Fusion Collective is going to take the titles off them. Are the Damage Control faces now? Yeah. Yeah, I hope they don't. I hope they fight and Big E come and shut that shit down. You know what I'm saying? I hope they do fight, but then Big E comes out there, and I hope it's a great match. I hope it's an amazing match. I would love that instead of him turning full-fledged heel. I don't want Xavier Woods to turn full-fledged heel, right? But you know what I'm saying? Like, so you have your. I got somebody on their way. Oh shit. So then our Damage Control faces now. They had a commercial after 1 minute of the match. Yeah, he might be on the sideline forever, but he could bring them back together. He can give his blessing. He can give his blessing. Yeah, but Xavier Woods is Consequences Creed. Let's not forget. That nigga is Consequences Creed, bro. He ain't no world champion. I would be mad if they made him a world champ. I wouldn't believe it. I believe Kofi Mania. I remember before Kofi had the bird chest and Kofi was whooping ass. Come on, man. He ain't no world. He Consequences Creed, bro. He better calm down. Calm the fuck down. Kairi Sane, she has had more fire, more fervor, more intensity in the last 2 weeks that I've seen since she's been back. I love it. Zelina Vega returns. Damage Control wins with the insane elbow. The fake accent, all that. All that. Like, let's not make it seem, bro. We out here acting like, we out here acting, what's up, Roby? We out here acting like Consequences Creed won the title in TNA or AEW. I like Kairi Sane. Corey Graves said something tonight. He said, not too many can grapple with Shayna Baszler. Kairi Sane can grapple with Shayna Baszler. She just has it. Kairi Sane is the littlest motherfucker that I believe can knock a motherfucker out. Kairi Sane is bogus. She's bogus. And maybe she missed Oscar or something. But she needs to get it together. I seen Kairi Sane in Lucha Underground. Then here we go. Drew McIntyre interview, blah, 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 blah. He's all this over a bracelet. And he's like a drunk. And you give a drunk a drink. And I shut up. Right? Like, it was cool, Drew. It was cool. But you know what? I like when they fight more than when they talk. I like when they fight. So when Punk came out and whipped him with the belt, and then they fought on the outside, and then he got him on the table and all that, like, I like that. Y'all don't need to talk. Y'all don't like each other. What are y'all talking for so much? Y'all really shouldn't even be on TV. Like, I really don't want to do nothing else. Yeah, I did catch that too. He did hit below the belt. Drew petty. But see, Drew so petty. That's why, like, I like Punk. I don't need to talk to you no more, cut. You out here high side and doing all this gaslight. I'm ready to strap you. I'm ready to whoop. Not strap you. No Diddy. I'm ready to whoop you. This feud need to calm down for me. It was cool when he was hurt. Now they don't have so many punches anymore, right? It's I want it to end before it gets stale. Y'all can revisit it back around WrestleMania. We're in August. You can revisit it in the Royal Rumble. You can make something pop in the Royal Rumble. Leave it at Elimination Chamber. But right now, I need to see something else. I need to see something else. Oh yeah, Drew is definitely heel of the year. He's definitely heel of the year. So that's cool. Braun Strowman promo. Oh, forgot to mention. Did y'all know this? And I didn't hear what they said, but Xavier Woods had on black tights tonight. He didn't have on no color. Yeah, it may be Seth and Punk. It may be a 3-way for the title. It may be a 4-way for the title. It may be. But did y'all see Xavier Woods wearing the black tights? Jay Uso, I said he's so over. Corey Graves and Michael Cole, please stop. Stop yeeting. Stop. Y'all rhythm I get it, but no. I get it, but no. Like, I don't sing in public. It might be my jam, but no. I do think Jay can win the tournament, but I don't think he's going to win the tournament. I think Ilya's going to win the tournament. I don't think they're going to give Jay a win till WrestleMania. He's not going to win a title till WrestleMania. And of course, I say, why isn't Karrion Kross bigger? I like Karrion Kross. I used to be scared of Karrion Kross in Lucha Underground, in TNA, and AAA, MLW. Karrion Kross used to be a fool. Once they brought him up that first time, it seemed like it killed everything about him. Everything about him. Like the fuck, bro? He got a nice move set. He got a nice physique. Like, what the fuck, bro? You are lame as shit. Kofi and Jay worked together. Kofi hit the trust fall. He loved doing that shit. It was a decent match. Jay Uso. Yes, that's what I'm saying. But if you look at some old Karrion Kross, he was not this bland. This like McDonald's. McDonald's used to be the shit. Now it's like, what? For real. Taco Bell used to be the shit. Now it's like, you eat Taco Bell? You got the shit. Right? Quick Gunther interview. I like that they kept him off. But let me tell you, though. I think my favorite thing tonight was the Randy Orton promo. I think the Randy Orton stopped, tried to sign the autograph, got the right little Sharpie. He's high-fiving fans. He's happy. He's been through so much. And I think more than anything, when he got that spinal shit for real, I think that really put in perspective. And I don't think they're going to turn Randy Orton heel. I don't right now. It's like I almost put on here, is he about to retire? It feels like he's on a thank you tour. And we forget he had spinal surgery. So at any time, his body may still be hurt. That's why Sami Zayn gone. Sami Zayn, I think, is gone to get stem cells. And that's what we fail to realize. These cats have nagging injuries. Steph is gone. Injuries. Ilya been gone. Injuries. Jimmy gone. Injuries. Injuries happen in this sport. So when we don't see somebody, we can't, they're not pushing them, or why aren't they getting more of a push? They may be having an injury that people just don't know about. Nigga, I can't wrestle that. I wrestle once a week. It's my job. But I don't want to be the champion. He might go heel, but I really want to see him beat Gunther right now. They don't have to have it. It'll be nice. But they don't, in my opinion, they don't have to have that. It will be a good feud for him. And he will only be able to win that feud as he wins the title. So I don't think they're going to have that feud yet either. Like he's not going to fight Gunther, lose to Gunther, then go right over here to Cody and fight for the title with Cody. That's not going to happen. Right. Nobody knew Bray was that sick. We didn't know what happened. We was mad because Lashley didn't fight at WrestleMania. Lashley was supposed to fight Bray Wyatt. What else you gonna give him? You could have gave him Brock again, maybe. You know? But you have to give Brock a win. There's so many pieces of this that we don't even pay attention to. But I loved Orton promo. It made me want him to win. I want him to win. Gunther can win it back at Bad Blood. He can win it back. You know, I saw people upset because Swerve only had the title for 5 months. It's okay. He can win it back. He can win it back. Gunther can win it back. Or let Gunther win and let Randy win it at Bad Blood. Then Gunther can win it back at Survivor Series and boom, or Royal Rumble, whatever. Okay? Then you had the match of the night, which, Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed. They were wrestling like they were Dragon Lee versus Penta. Hold on. The drop kick off the muscle. The suicide dive by Bronson Reed. And I love that it brawled. I love that the match didn't. I love that Bronson Reed didn't win. Now we can keep this going. Now we can have another match when Braun comes back. And that gives Seth even more time to get better. They can miss this. Braun can come back. They can fight at Bad Blood or Survivor Series. I would try to get a Survivor Series. I love the old Survivor Series. People didn't like that, but I love the teams versus teams. I love and not just War Games. You can have War Games, but then you can have like Seth, Braun Strowman, who else? And Awesome Truth versus Bronson Reed. Who else? Give somebody else some shine. Ludwig Kaiser, and 2 other people. AOP. Oh, Bronson Reed, Karrion Kross, and AOP. Ooh, I would like that. But it didn't end clear. But the big thing was the tsunami onto the car. I said, oh, I say shit. I started talking African. Shit. This is some bullshit. Woo! Jesus Christ. Bronson Reed, they're doing him better than they did Karrion Kross ever. Then you had the second triple threat match. See, now we get matches. You know what I'm saying? We had the triple threat, then the Braun and Bronson. Now we got the second triple threat. Pete Dunne wins. I was eating dinner around this time, grading some papers. It was okay. I didn't hear any heat. I didn't hear any oohs or ahs that made me look up. Right? I saw a little bit. I saw Pete Dunne grab the referee's leg, come in the ring, kick Xavier Woods, bitter end the Miz, 1, 2, 3. And he outside the ring like he a smart cookie. That's what you're supposed to do in the triple threat, dummy. You ain't gonna win. You ain't finna fight Braun Breaker. That ain't gonna happen. But it's okay. Build him up. I get it. But build Karrion Kross up. You could have switched them two. And let Karrion Kross win. and pin Xavier Woods. Ooh. That's what I would have did. Then you had your Braun Breaker, Chad Gable promos, whatever. Gable was getting ready for the night. And then that's when I realized that they were doing Uncle Howdy and Chad Gable in the main event. Chad Gable has had some main events this year. Shout out to Chad Gable. He may be my second favorite heel. Then you had the Terror Twins promo. They gonna lose on Saturday. Next week, you had Sheamus Reed, Bronson Reed, and Ludwig Kaiser. And then you got Ilya, Dragon Lee, and Dom. And for me now, I think Ilya's gonna win it to face Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental title. You also got Zelina Vega, who came back against Shayna Baszler. They're setting that up. I like that they're setting that up for Zelina Vega to battle Sonya Deville eventually. So then you had the main event. Chad Gable, Uncle Howdy. Chad Gable gave a lot of, he had new music. American Made had new music. Or it seemed like it. I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to him like that. He had a lot of Kurt Angle moves. They called it the Angle Slam, and then they called it the Olympic Slam, then they called it the Angle Slam. I realized it's just so many feuds, so many good feuds. Ivy now hit the distraction, then you got the ankle lock, and this was a good match. Bo Dallas wrestled pretty good with the mask on. It wasn't a squash. It highlighted both of them. I think Uncle Howdy, if you realize, Bo Dallas hasn't wrestled in a very fucking long time, and you see the difference between him and Britt Baker. Britt Baker ain't wrestled in a long time. She was rusty. He wasn't that rusty. He had a good dance partner. Mercedes Moné is not a great dance partner. She's a good dance partner, and she can make great matches, but she needed a good dance partner too. You had another ref bump, the mandible claw from Uncle Howdy. American Made comes in. Then you see the Wyatt Six come out. When Ivy now jumped on Eric Rowan's back, I thought Nikki Cross was coming, but he was just booting motherfuckers and fighting them with her on his back like, get off me, ho. Bitch, get off me. Bitch, get off me. And then Uncle Howdy wins with Sister Abigail. So maybe this kills this feud. Maybe they're dead this feud. What's next for the Wyatt Six? What's next for American Made? American Alpha was not on this show. So, but I like how the feuds are going. I like how this was pretty good. I still give this a 2.5. It wasn't mind-blowing. It had some good parts. No, it really didn't. It had two. It had two good three. Okay, I give it a 2.5. I like the Randy Orton. I like the Braun and Bronson. And I like the Gable Uncle Howdy. The Drew stuff was cool. Jey Uso is super duper over. The New Day stuff is still kind of interesting. I'm just trying to see what's going to happen. Pete Dunne was there. Jey Uso, Judgment Day stuff. Okay, that match was pretty good too. That's my fourth favorite match, the 8-man tag. Damage Control. So, yeah, it was a better fit. So I give it about a 2.5 ships, man. Shout out to everybody. Sorry we didn't have a show yesterday. J-Rock was out of town, so we may do a show tomorrow. So stay tuned. We might do the Super Duper Sunday Music Review show tomorrow. Of course, this Thursday we got the Thursday Night House Party. So we definitely gonna be live and locked in. I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all talking some wrestling with me. I'm watching NXT tomorrow. Let me know what y'all think about NXT. Hit me up in the chat. Hit me up on Instagram at Spaceship O. And find me, man, and we can talk some wrestling. I peace, y'all. I peace.